Hello.
Hello.
This is just a little story. I've told it before, but I'm going to tell it again because hopefully it's worth telling again. But it all goes back. I used to manage the bar at Boston Mills Ski Lodge for many winters, and it was a great place to work, and I loved it. But sometimes during the later part of the season, you would just never know. You'd wake up and it was pouring down rain, and you'd call up and say, "Are you guys open?" They'd say, "Sure, yeah, we're open." So you'd have to go to work and do nothing. So this was like early '90s, and Paul McCartney was playing in Cincinnati, and I went to bed that night not knowing if I could even go the next day because it was raining, but I didn't know if the ski lodge would be open, and if they were open, I would have to work. So I got up in the morning, and I called, and they said, "No, we're closed today." So I said, I was with my girlfriend at the time, I said, "We're going to Cincinnati, we're going to go see Paul McCartney." I didn't have any tickets or anything, but I said, I'll buy scalper tickets, whatever it takes, we're going to go see him. So we drove to Cincinnati. We got there, and it was kind of the same weather there. It was pretty much raining and, dreary and everything. And we got to, I think it was called Riverfront Stadium back then. And we're walking around, and there's all these scalpers selling tickets. And some of them were, they were kind of outrageous prices. They were more than $100 each, and they were terrible, terrible seats. So I said, yeah, we're going to just keep going. We're going to find something. We're going to find something better than that. So we're walking around for a while, and there's this van setting up. They're just setting up kind of like a radio thing. And it turns out these guys are like equivalent to the Cleveland DJs. Everybody there knew them. They were setting up a van, and they were doing a live remote from the concert. And I went up to them and I said, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And they said, "Well, we're going to do a thing. We're going to give away tickets to people that will do outrageous things to get tickets." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." And I said, "Well, when are you going to go on?" They said, "We're getting ready to go on, And everybody walking by the van, they knew these DJs because they were going, "Hey, how you doing?" They were calling them by name and stuff. And of course, we didn't know who they were, but it was really cool. So we're standing there, and I said, I went up to the one guy, I was talking to him. I said, "Well, so what kind of stuff, what kind of stuff do you have to do to get tickets?" He said, "Well, we don't even know. It's just something outrageous." So I said, "All right." And right at that time, there was a lady police officer walking by on a horse. And I said, "Can I be the first guy?" And they said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "I will go up and kiss that horse on the mouth for a pair of McCartney tickets." And the guy was really cool. He said, "Okay, that sounds good to me." So my girlfriend went up and asked the lady cop, "Hey, can he kiss your horse for a pair of tickets?" And the lady said, she was a really nice woman. She said, "Yeah, that'd be great." So anyway, I was the first guy, and then there was this lady behind me. And she said, "I'll kiss that horse on the ass for a pair of tickets." and the DJ was cool enough to say, "No, this was his idea. We're going to let him go with it." So anyway, so I walk up to this horse, and the guy has a microphone right in my face, and he said, "Well, we have to hear you kiss the horse. We have to hear the sound, because this is radio. You can't just pretend you're kissing a horse." I said, "Okay, that's fine with me." So we walk up to the horse, and the lady cop's sitting on the horse, and the horse was huge. And I grabbed his, nose or whatever, his whole face, and I went to kiss him, and his entire mouth engulfed my face. And I mean, it was like, there was no room to touch. There was a microphone over here, but I couldn't make a sound because my whole face was inside the horse. So I'm trying to pull the horse's mouth away from him, and finally I made the kissing sound. And I actually won a pair of front row. They were on the side, but they were front row tickets to see Paul McCartney, and I didn't have to spend a penny on him. And that's my Kissing a Horse story. And thank you very much.